I still remember the day my husband left for Europe. It was a bright morning, the kind where the sun shines too much, making the heat unbearable. I stood at the small park in Benin City, holding my husband's hands tightly, afraid to let go. His bag was beside him, heavy with the little things he could carry. His face was full of excitement, but mine was full of fear. "Osaro, you know I don't like this idea," I whispered, my voice shaking. He smiled and touched my cheek. "My love, this is for us. For a better future." I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust that everything would be fine. He had promised me that once he got to Europe, things would change. He said he would send money, and soon he would bring me and our children over. It sounded like a dream, but I knew the road to that dream was long and difficult. The bus came, and he kissed my forehead before picking up his bag. I watched as he entered, my heart heavy. The door closed, and the bus moved. I stood there, waving until I could not see him anymore. That was the last time I felt peace. At first, everything was good. Osaro called me almost every day. His voice made me feel safe, even though he was far away. He told me about his struggles, how he had to sleep in a small room with many other men, how he worked long hours, how he missed home. I encouraged him, telling him that everything would be fine. The first few months, he sent money. Not much, but enough for me and our 2 children to survive. I used it carefully, buying only the things we needed. I did not waste a single naira. I even started a small business with some of the money, selling foodstuff in front of our house. I wanted to support him, to show him that I was not just sitting at home waiting for his money. But then, the calls became less frequent. Sometimes, he would not call for weeks. And when I tried to reach him, he would not answer. When he finally called, he sounded different, cold, distant. Something was wrong. Then one day, his mother came to my house. She sat down on my small plastic chair, looked around as if she was inspecting my house, and then gave me a long, hard look. "I hope you are not wasting my son's money," she said. I was shocked. "Mama, why would you say that?" She adjusted her wrapper and sighed. "We don't want what happened to others to happen to our Osaro. Many women, once their husbands travel, they start enjoying themselves with the money. They forget that the money is for the future." I felt a sharp pain in my chest. "Mama, I am not wasting anything. I even started a small business to support myself and the children." She hissed, "Business? So that you will be using my son's sweat to do business?" I could not believe what I was hearing. From that day, everything changed. His mother, his sisters, even his uncles started treating me differently. They watched my every move, always asking how I was spending the money. They told me to stop my business, saying that I was using Osaro's money to enrich myself. I tried to explain, but they refused to listen. One day, I finally got through to Osaro on the phone. I was so happy to hear his voice, but before I could speak, he said something that made my body go cold. "I heard you were wasting my money," he said. His voice was harsh. I could not believe it. "Osaro, who told you that?" "My family," he said. "They said you were living well while I am suffering here." Tears filled my eyes. "Osaro, that is not true. I am managing. I am suffering too. You know I would never waste your money." But he did not believe me. His mother and sisters had filled his ears with lies. They told him I was enjoying, buying expensive things, even seeing other men. They said I was not a good wife. After that day, Osaro changed. He stopped calling. He stopped sending money. His family grew worse, treating me like an outsider. They told me that if I needed money, I should go and work. I was confused. How did my life change like this? My husband, the man I loved, now saw me as the enemy. His family, the people who once welcomed me, now wanted to destroy me. But I did not give up. I was not ready to lose my home, my marriage. I had to fight back, even though I did not know how.